What's up, internet? My name is Ori. We are back here once again live. It is Friday, August 29th, day number 53 inside the Big Brother house. Who won HoH? Who were their targets? Why was Vince crashing out last night? Let's talk about that, plus all the intel, drama, and more from yesterday's live feeds. But first, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're having a good time during this stream, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We do daily live feed updates all season long, first thing in the morning. But on Fridays, we do it a little bit different. We go live. You guys can see the chat right down there below me. You get the same daily update that you normally do each and every single of the morning. Short, to the point, nice and sweet. But we jump into the chat afterwards and hang out with you guys. And the Friday morning live streams, these are my most fun times here on the channel. But a little bit of a recap for you. If you guys have not been keeping up with everything that's been going on, Vince pulled out the win in the HoH competition, and he was the new HoH coming off of the wall. He nominated Mickey, Kelly, and Ava for the block as he tried to kind of straddle the middle of the house. But Mickey went on to win the power of veto, and after many efforts from each side of the house to push and pull Vince to their side, Vince ended up nominating Catherine as the replacement nominee. That takes us to yesterday, where it was eviction day. Not too much was happening really before the feeds. There was some back and forth talk about the vote on how things were going to go. And I really do think at the end of the day, if Kelly would have lost the blockbuster, I think she would have been the one to go. But there was a little bit of debate on whether or not Ava should go, or maybe Kelly should be kept safe and Catherine should be the one to leave. There was some debate back and forth, but not too much of that was actually settled before the actual episode came to air. That takes us to the episode, and the blockbuster competition was one of those ball mazes where it's like a trial and error as you have to kind of roll the ball down and try and get it into the slot that's in the bottom. But I'll tell you, there was no trial and there was no error for Kelly. She did it on her first attempt, nailing it, getting it right in there, winning another blockbuster, saving herself, leaving it to be Catherine and Ava to face the vote. It was only Lauren who gave the sympathy vote for Catherine, as she was then evicted 7-1. It was kind of funny when they were doing the interview. Julie was telling her about the Judges Alliance, but instead of the Judges Alliance being up there, they had most of the Judges Alliance, but not Morgan. They had Mickey's picture up there. But Julie did make sure to kind of clarify, like, actually it was Morgan who was in the Judges, just to let you guys know. So that was kind of an interesting little mistake they had there. They also, I guess they were confusing the melting pot. Like, I don't even know how that even happened. You would think somebody would have checked that and made sure, but I guess they, like me, have kind of just moved on from alliances now at this point. I feel like with the blockbuster and the AI thing, it just kind of, it made it just feel like alliances don't really matter as much anymore. It's why we've moved to more of the allegiance chart. We've got an update for that. We're going to be getting that a little bit later in the update. A couple of other things, though. Just going back to the interview with Julie and Catherine. She kind of set her up a little bit there. And I don't know how I feel about it, because it really was like, I think you could have handled the questioning a little bit better, right? Because she kind of, led into the whole Riley situation. And was saying, like, somebody thought that, you weren't as close to Riley as you really were. And she was like, no, like, we really, really were close, and I really, really like him. And then Julie was like, any chance that you guys are going to pursue it? And she's like, I don't know, we'll see. Kind of the bright side of this is I get to reconnect with them. And it's like, you're leading her down a path here, right? Where Riley was refusing to do exit interviews at this point. And listen, I tell you guys before, I don't like to judge the house guests on behavior they have in the house, whether it's, clearly wrong or not. I try and give them at least a chance to respond, because I feel like that's fair. All Riley's done is really email some ChatGPT answers. It kind of proves, I even had said this before he left the house, because I don't like to, push any kind of feelings that I have on a house guest on more. But Riley pretty much proved exactly kind of the person I thought he was. He feels like the type to me who, you know, you're in a bar and it's like, oh, you want to take this outside? And then you're like, yeah, I'll take this outside. And then he's already in his truck running, like speeding away. Like he's out of there, right? So that was always kind of my personal opinion, but I never try and push that until I give them the fair opportunity to respond. He's yet to do that. I feel like they didn't really help Catherine out here too much because she's about to get hit with a whole world of news. And yeah, hopefully she's able to deal with that well. Because one of the issues that you come out of the house with is trust issues in general. So there is a chance that if people don't handle this properly, she could even get pushed further closer to Riley, which I don't know. Right? Like, I don't think that's necessarily the best thing in this case. I think they both need some space at the very least. A couple of other notes from the episode, though. We had Angela, who's going to be on the veto episode. I guess the veto is going to include her in some fashion. I don't know if she's actually going to be in the house, or maybe it's going to be like they did the competition with Felicia, the veto comp when Casey came on in. So I don't know how that's going to work, but that should be interesting. We also finally heard from the mastermind again. That's going to be returning on Thursday. I assume it's going to be like the mastermind telling them, you know, that they made jury. So we'll see how that kind of goes. And that, you know, because that's one of the things. We have now made it to the point where the next eviction is the last person to go before jury. We have finally made it there. Things are, I haven't done the math. We're going to jump into that, I guess, a little bit later. We'll do some live math. And I'm not very good at math, so I'm going to need the chat's help. Because we're going to figure out some of the weeks here on when the double should take place. Because I don't think the double's coming this upcoming week. I think this is going to be a normal week. And then the first two people going to jury could potentially be a double. Or someone to jury and then two more to join them afterwards. They get 1 week where they're in jury. But again, I think we have to do some maths here because I don't know. It feels like we don't have a lot of time left. I saw a statistic where this is a season where 79% of the season is now pre-jury. Like that's how many weeks compared to the jury phase is going to be. So we'll have to do that a little bit later. Shelby with the $2 super chat. Do you think she will have interviews? I don't know, Shelby. That's going to be, I guess, up to her. Like I said before, I think not doing the interviews can actually potentially be a part of their contract. So, like, if you're not doing your interviews, right, there's a chance that they can withhold your earnings from the show. So I don't know if that's happening to Riley. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what Catherine's going to end up doing. We'll see, right? Because, again, that's the other thing, too, right? Just in general, Big Brother is really hard, but now coming out of it here, she's going to have even more stuff she's going to have to deal with. So hopefully she's good and taken care of. Let's move on, though, because finally that takes us out of the episode talk and everything that happened there. Let's jump into what happened on the feeds, because the feeds finally came back after the West Coast airing of the show, even a little bit later after. It was a little delayed, but we found out who won HoH. But first, Vanessa coming on in with the $20 super chat. Come on, Ori, tell us what happened. I'm 4 minutes behind. Everyone, please support Ori. Smash the like button. Judges Alliance, Mickey, Ashley, I'm missing. Maybe I'm wrong. Thank you, Vanessa, for the $20 super chat. We're here because we're about to jump in to what happened with the HoH competition. The winner of the HoH was Keanu. Yes, give it up for the world's second most famous Keanu, the D&D Dungeon Master, the Veto King, the Delusional Duke, the Call of the Kettlebell, the future BB All-Star, maybe even the first two-time winner. He still needs to win one, unless Rachel, I guess, beats him to it. It is Keanu who is your HoH coming up huge here with the win, because I feel like Keanu would be in a bit of trouble this week if he had not won HoH. If someone like Morgan or even potentially, I don't know if Rachel would have done it, but Ava, Ashley, Will, so many people, Mickey would have put Keanu up on the block if he did not win this HoH. We got Gloria coming on in with the $20 super chat. Riley did an interview through the email. He did, but man, I don't know. It felt very canned. it felt like those were like ChatGPT answers, or at the very least, like some PR firm wrote those. Like, it just felt very fake and not very, I don't know. It's like, to me, it's like you can own up to it more, right? Like, you signed up for this. You have a responsibility to go do an actual interview. Do an actual interview, right? Show, like stand up, right? You know, and face what it was, right? Either whether you're denying it all or you're accepting responsibility. Whatever it is, stand up for what it is and let's hear it. You know, don't hide behind the email. You know, don't hide behind the email. But yeah, where were we? Keanu wins the veto. A couple of things about it. It wasn't like a physical comp or anything like that. It was a true or false based on videos. So, like, you know how like, a lot of times they'll show some kind of video with the house guest, like doing like weird stuff, and they have to remember things about that video. That's what it was. And then the questions would be true and false. Keanu ends up winning it. Apparently, Kelly came in second. So both of them would have been great going on into this week. Both would have had safety because neither are going to end up putting each other up. Rachel apparently was out on like the second question. She was like, uh-oh, I've got it out on the second question. This is not great. Not great. Some other things though. What is he thinking? What are his plans, right? Who is he going to be nominating for eviction? Well, we had Keanu talking to Ashley, and he actually said, like, listen, I kind of want to work with you. I kind of want to work with Rachel, right? Like, we should move forward trying to work together instead of going after each other. And he says, like, you know, I have no beef with a couple of people, and I have no reason to put up people like you or Will, Kelly, Lauren, right? That really only leaves a few options then, right? If those are all the people that you're not going to put up, if you're not putting up Ashley, if you're not putting up Rachel, if you're not putting up Kelly, if you're not putting up Lauren, if you're not putting up Ava, if you're not putting up Will, well, there's only 3 options left, isn't there? There's Mickey, there's Morgan, and there's Vince as his nominees. Now, he also goes on and tell Lauren, like, hey, listen, like, I'm not putting you up. You know, I know who my nominees will be, and like, I know who my target I want to be. And you know, here's the big thing, Lauren. If you play, I hope that you keep the nominations the same, right? Like, I do not want you to change these nominations if you win the power of veto. Really, again, kind of hinting like, hey, Lauren, don't do what you did before, because what you did before messed everything up. And if you mess everything up this week, we're in trouble. He told her that, you know, listen, I love Vince to death, right? But he made a really weak move this week, and I think, you know, we're down an ally, and I just can't look away from this anymore, right? I have to do something about it this time. I can't just say like, oh no, he's going to be with us still. He's done it too many times. We then also eventually get Keanu, who's called to the diary room. It's like, oh, okay, he's going to get his HoH room, but oh no, it is not him getting his HoH room. It is time for the have-nots. So what's going to happen with the have-not this week is the 3 have-nots that we had will be the ones who are going to end up picking the have-nots this week. So pretty much it's just ended up with people volunteering. We had Shelby coming in with a $5 super chat. This is where everyone's screwing up, but you can't tell everyone you're not putting them up. That's the thing, right? You can't be putting your word out everywhere, because eventually you have to break that word, and it seems like it might be catching up for Vince. So about these have-nots, pretty much everybody just ended up volunteering. Lauren volunteered, right? She's like, more, I'll volunteer. We had Ava volunteer for Ashley. She just said, listen, although I'm scared of the dark. She said, listen, I'm scared of the dark, so can we at least keep the door cracked a little bit? And then we had Rachel, who volunteered for Will, but everyone was like, well, hold on a minute. Like, there's people who haven't been have-not yet, right? So Kelly and Vince were not people who have been have-not yet, so they ended up doing rock, paper, scissors to figure it out, and Vince lost. Vince is now a have-not this week, and this is where something kind of interesting took place. We had a bit of a argument, which led to some tears. Yeah, because Will kind of snapped at Ashley because she started talking about how Will wasn't taking cold showers. And Will's like, listen, hold on now. If you're monitoring, I can't say that word. If you're watching how many showers I'm taking, If you're looking and keeping track of how many showers I'm taking, I think you need to get a new hobby. Like for real. Like, don't do that, Ashley. Like, Ashley, I love you, but don't keep track of how many showers I'm taking or what PJs I'm wearing. Like, don't be doing that. Get a new hobby. Get a new hobby, he said. So Ashley got a little upset about this. Like, she later on was kind of crying to Rachel, being like, that was kind of a lot, right? Like, I didn't realize that he would get so mad. And eventually, though, they did kind of clear it all up. They hugged it out. It was all good. But definitely, this is what, have nots used to bring. We had Annie coming on in with the $5 super chat. No comment on it, but thank you so much for it. I appreciate the support. One of the things that the have-nots used to do was kind of cause these cracks to form and build resentment towards people. But you kind of lose that when everybody's just kind of volunteering. It like really doesn't have the same effect that it used to anymore. So they really need to return to the food competitions if you really want to get this kind of good fighting back and forth, because when you have somebody who's like on your team that like is bringing you down, right? That's what used to happen. Like, if you go back to BB10, how many great fights happened because of the food comps and people being upset? Like, there was a whole fight about having the old people on your team. So it's like that kind of a thing actually builds resentment and forces them to kind of like fight with each other. So if you want to bring that back, you got to bring the food comps back. You can't just have people volunteering all the time. Camden coming in with a $5 super chat. So is Keanu going to put Rachel up, or is he going to keep her safe this week? Well, it seems like he's going to keep her safe this week because we're going to get back into what Keanu's thinking here. Keanu got his HoH room. He got his letter, which is from his mom. And in that letter, she talked about how this isn't just a competition, right, for money, right? This is a competition that is going to test your character. It's going to test your resiliency. It's going to test your faith and, like, stay true to who you are. He ended up actually giving his HoH room to Will, kind of like Rachel did, but this is not the same as I think Rachel did. I think he's just doing this to be nice and give Will the HoH room. I don't think he's like doing this to stop talking or anything like that. Potentially, right? Maybe Rachel told him to do this. I don't know if it's 100%. I think this is him just being a nice guy and giving Will the room, but he has given Will his HoH room. And Rachel ended up telling Keanu, like, listen, I have an idea of what I want to do. Last week, like, I did something I shouldn't have done, right? I was throwing your name out there and I shouldn't have done that. And he actually, went and pointed out to his letter. He said that letter reminded me, like, I have to stay true to who I really am. And I want to play this game better than I have been. And I feel like I've been messing up, right? So I'm going to move forward fixing it now that I'm HoH. This is when we get into a really interesting conversation, because then we get to Keanu and Vince. And Vince is going on about, how, he's burned Keanu before, and he can tell that Keanu, like, doesn't really trust him as much anymore, and he wants to be able to prove that. And eventually Keanu just kind of lays it out with Vince, where he's like, listen, I'm probably going to be putting Mickey Morgan and you up on the block. And Vince starts begging. He starts begging. He's like, listen, don't do this to me right before jury. We had Shelby with the $2 super chat. He's keeping her safe, but he's Keanu, so I don't know. So Keanu and Vince, they're having this chat, and Vince is begging. He's like, please don't do this right before jury. Like, please, like afterwards, if you want to do it to me after jury, just please give me one more chance. Just give me one more time. One more opportunity to show to you what I can do here for you. And Keanu's just like, listen, my only other option would maybe be Ava, right? Like, maybe I could put Ava up on the block, but still I would need a fourth nominee, which probably could be you, Vince. And Vince is like begging again. He's like, please, like, don't do this, right? Like, look at other options. What about Rachel? Rachel gets away with everything. Why does Rachel get away with it, but I don't? He's like, for any other week, but right before jury, like, please don't do this, Keanu. And Keanu's like, he's like, listen, you already showed me week after week, like, I can't trust you. I can't trust you, Vince. And Vince tries. He tries so hard. And he's like, we never had the numbers when things were going on. I didn't want to lie to you. It was just that we didn't have the numbers. And Keanu's like, no, like, you just flat out lied to me. Like I don't care. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, you just lied. And Keanu told him like his whole story about Riley, and how they convinced him to vote for Morgan as a sympathy vote, how that all sounds like bull. And, you know, Vince isn't that dumb. So Keanu's just full on calling Vince out for all of his stuff, right? Just fully laying it out that he does not trust Vince anymore, and he cannot trust Vince. And because of that, he has to put him on the block because he really wants Morgan to go. And if Morgan's up on the block and he leaves Vince off the block, he doesn't trust that Vince wouldn't use the veto on her to bring her down. Vince begs and he swears. He's like, please, I promise I won't do it. Just give me one more opportunity. Just please, 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 please give me one more opportunity. Just one more, please. He's like, you know, I wouldn't have the votes, right? If I'm up on the block, I'm going to get evicted. Right? Like, if you don't want me to go, you can't put me up on the block. And he's like, please, Keanu. He's like, if I'm in jury, I'm gonna vote for you. I'm gonna vote for you, Keanu. And Vince is literally pulling out everything he can, like full on, like he's like, please, I promise, Keanu. He's like, I want to look up to you, like, you know, Keanu, like you are the words you gave me are the ones I used when I was up on the wall. Like, you inspired me to win that. And then this is where Vince like really starts begging. He's like, he just starts crashing out because he's like, and listen, guys, you know, like, I try not to swear, but just I have to for this, like, just to really lay it on in. This Vince full on goes, he's like, I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a bitch. Like, I'm so bad at this game. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, well, he doesn't hit himself. But he pretty much like hits himself. He's like, he's full having a tantrum. He's losing his mind. He's like, please, Keanu. He's like, if I can't have the nicest guy in the world, if the nicest guy doesn't trust me anymore, he's like, I really fucked up. I screwed up. He's like, I don't deserve your trust. I don't deserve it, Keanu. And he just keeps going on and on, begging Keanu. It's like, you need to go over all the other options. Like, please, I promise you I won't use the veto. I'm begging you. I'll do almost anything, Keanu, right? Like, Keanu, what do you want me to do? I'll do it. This is great too. He says, my girlfriend's gonna be like, you chose the girl over Keanu. It just is such an amazing time watching this. And he's like, I should have listened to you. Morgan's gonna be my downfall. It also didn't help them earlier when Morgan and Vince, who had been sharing some long hugs, but they had been doing it in the privacy of the HoH room, they have now decided, well, we could just do it in front of everybody in the kitchen now. And they had one of their long hugs pretty much in front of everybody. Like, everybody's just there like, what are we witnessing here? When did this become a showmance? Like, what is happening? Mincemeat. They're just full on mincemeat. They're one. They tie together. Shelby, and the dramatic award goes to Vince. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It was wild, and like I said, I don't think that helped them much at all. We did have Vince, who did fill in Morgan on everything that kind of happened with Keanu, and obviously did not go well. PNG with the $2 super chat. Keanu and Rachel final two is back. Legendary indeed. So Vince filled in Morgan on what's going down, and potentially that he's going up on the block, and he tried to talk to Keanu, but it doesn't seem to really work. And Keanu actually checked in with Rachel while that was kind of happening, and he made it pretty clear that he wants to break up Morgan and Vince, and that he's, going to work with Rachel. They always have a fun back and forth. Mint sounds too. I heard something come on in. Oh, was that a sub? Was that Stephanie? Stephanie came on in, hit that sub button. Listen, you don't know this, Stephanie. When you hit that sub button, me and you, we now have a secret alliance. Don't tell anybody, Stephanie. There's not There's not like, okay, gosh, there's like 1,300 people watching right now. Stephanie, there's nobody watching right now. It's just me and you. We're in the HoH room. We're having a conversation. Stephanie, we're going to the end. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Thank you so much for hitting that sub button. So one of the things that Keanu and Rachel, they were having this talk. Again, he really kind of was making it clear he wants Morgan to go, but really got to break up Vince. Oh, I forgot one of the other things that Keanu said. I got to mention this. Keanu said this to Vince. And I was losing it. So Keanu says to Vince, listen, I got to weaken Morgan, right? Like Morgan's gotta go. But also, Vince, if I'm being honest, if you leave this week, that also weakens Morgan. So basically just saying to him, like, listen, bud, like if it has to be, it has to be, right? Like I don't want it to be, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest with you here, Vince. Like, if it has to happen, it has to happen. Shelby coming on in and joining the Oreos. Thank you so much, Shelby. Ooh, Shelby, you also got, I think you got the blue. You got the blue milk as you were getting dunked. Thank you so much, Shelby, for becoming a member. So one of the things that going back, right, because again, he's very much on the idea that Vince and Morgan have to be broken up. And he's telling this to Rachel now as well. And one of the things he says to her is like, listen, the two of them, like one is just mentally weak and the other is the kryptonite of the mentally weak one. So he's like, we gotta break them on up. So that's kind of how that was all going. Then we also, this is another thing that took place just before bed. It was one of the last like real game conversations. Morgan had a chat with Keanu, and honestly, like Keanu's over there, he's making his hot dogs, he's rolling them up in the the quesadillas, and he's putting some cheese in there, he's microwaving them, he's like barely paying attention to her, honestly. But all this did was probably reinforce and solidify that Keanu has to put both of them up, because she was working hard to back for Vince, saying how much that he would never put him up on the block and how much he loves Keanu and he would have his back, and it really wasn't his fault that this was all happening. So all of this again is just probably solidifying and reassuring Keanu's like, oh yeah, I just got to put these two up together, because if I don't put them up together, they're probably going to use the veto on each other at this point. Like, I don't know, because a lot of what she was saying was, he was pretty much saying, like, without saying, like, yeah, that doesn't work for me, dog. Like, she just kept saying, like, what about, like, Ashley or Ava, or just throwing, she was throwing names out there. She was throwing full-on names, like she didn't care. Anything she could do to try and save Vince, and make sure that Vince and Keanu were good. But Keanu was not buying it. Keanu was not buying it when Vince was selling either. He was just kind of being like, yeah, dude, I've tried multiple times now. I gave you the chance to be trusted, and you're not doing it. So it seems like now Keanu's nominees will end up being Mickey, Vince, and Morgan. And those are going to be his three noms. Potentially, if he does need to put a replacement up there, it would be Ava. And we've talked about this before. Ava is a death sentence to be up on the block next to. So if one of them comes down and Ava's there, she is probably going to be the safe one that's still on the block after the blockbuster, and whoever's sitting next to her would go home. So that is a scary spot to be in. Keanu's getting ready to take some big shots here. Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild week. Keanu coming up big with the HoH. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat, because that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be jumping in the chat, talking to you guys. I want to know what you guys think of Keanu winning HoH. I want to know what you think of his nominees and his plans for the week. His target being mainly Morgan, but now it seems like a backup plan of Vince. He's like, well, if Morgan can't go, maybe Vince. Maybe we just send Vince out. So I want to know what you guys are thinking about all this. Plus, we've got so much to go over here. We're going to go over the BB draft. We've got a lot of updates to that. We're also going to be going over our fantasy football draft, which I think is going to be happening here soon. We even have, I think, a slot open if anybody wants to get in on the draft here. But so much to go on over. But let me know what you guys are thinking. We are live here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You're more than welcome to watch wherever you like. No worries there. All the chats are combined down below, so you can kind of keep up with everybody. I see Laura. I see you over there on Kick. Dance Monster. I see you guys hanging out. Psychotic Velvet, how are you? Key Once coming on in over there. Ashley is last one to talk about a shower. Corinne, thank you guys for hanging out over there on Twitch as well. And then over on YouTube, we got all you lovely people. T-Gold, Stacked, Tommy, Mike, Shelby's coming on in with the $2 super chat. 7 weeks and no Rachel on the block is wild. It is, right? It is kind of wild that she has not yet seen the block. Camden coming in with the $5 super chat. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Keanu's noms are pretty good for his game. Right? Now, here's the one thing. I think Vince overall isn't great for him to lose. Right? Like, I understand the idea of like, hey, just break up Vince and Morgan. But I think overall, having Vince there is a little bit better for Keanu's game in general. But it's one of those things, if you're going to take a shot at Mickey or Morgan, if you want to get one of them out, you have to put Vince on the block with Morgan. Because if you don't, he will use it to take her off the block. And if you just put Vince up and left Morgan off as a backdoor, if she won, she would take Vince off the block. So it's like, you got to do it. And there's no trust there anymore. None. Otter, what's up, Otter? Coach Carter, Donnie, Tasha, how you guys doing? Kimberly, what's up, Kimberly? Voices, what's up? Vince has not been allied with him for weeks. 100% Laura, right? He has been lying to him, playing both sides, right? Like telling Keanu kind of what he wants to hear, you know, trying to work with him. But he has not been loyal to him, whether it was with the Adrian vote, whether it was with the Riley vote, the Catherine situation, putting Catherine up the block, not putting Rachel up on the block. So much of it was all things that he trusted in Vince to do, but he didn't do it. Didn't he say he didn't trust Rachel either, but he still works with her? So one of the things is the conversation that Rachel and Keanu had the other day in the gym. That one really kind of opened Keanu back up again to being like, listen, I think Rachel has been telling me the truth. Rachel has been honest with me. And that's when he even said, like, I'm starting to, you know, have doubts on Vince again. And he's like, I got to keep my enemies close, my friends close and my enemies closer. But the thing is, they're one and the same. And I think that's kind of true for both Rachel and Vince, right? Like for a while there, he saw Vince as a shield. But now he sees the way Vince is playing and the way he has Morgan. And he's like, Vince is not a shield to me with Morgan here. So if like, I think Vince overall, that's why Vince isn't his number one target. The only reason Vince is going on the block is because he can't trust that he won't save Morgan. And with Morgan here and Vince in the game, if both of them are there, that does no good for Keanu. But if Vince is solo, that's great for Keanu because then Vince has nowhere else to go but to kind of come work back with Keanu again. And he knows that. Because what's Vince going to do? Oh, he's going to go work with Will, Ashley, and Rachel. They don't trust him. And Keanu knows that Vince doesn't trust them that much. What's he going to do? Work with Kelly? He knows that Kelly doesn't really trust Vince that much. So, like, what's Vince going to do? He'll have Lauren. But even Lauren, right? Like, she's not going to hook herself onto a sinking ship. I think she's already gotten the idea where she's like, look, you know, I got to do what I got to do. Lauren's in a tricky spot, too, because losing Catherine's rough for her game. That was kind of like her backup number for her if she was in a tough spot. So now, like, she really has to kind of hook on to Keanu and Kelly, and she had kind of built that relationship a little bit. She might have heard her relationship with Ava when Ava caught her talking. So it's like, it's going to be interesting to see how this all kind of develops. We do have our allegiance chart. We can take a look at that. Some changes. I brought Vince down, Morgan down. I even brought Ava down a little bit because Ava could end up being that fourth nominee if we need it, but I still think she's pretty safe as far as things go. But overall, still pretty much the same as far as like sides. Lauren's kind of right there in between of Keanu and Kelly and Vince. Vince was trying to play the middle, but Keanu was really trying to take that shot to be able to get out Morgan or Mickey. And Vince would be just someone that he needs to put up on the block to make sure that Morgan would go. So that's the thing as well. Is that Carol? Carol! Huh? Cowabunga! Indeed, Carol coming on in. Did Rachel handpick this season's player? Sure feels that way. Carol hitting up the Ori fund with $10. Carol, thank you so much. Listen, guys, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this stream, if you're having a good time during this stream, smash that like button. It kind of lets the YouTube algorithm know what we're doing here is a good time. So smash that like button. Just hit that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You never miss a stream. Those are the easiest ways to support me, right? Just hitting that thumbs up button is huge. But you guys are always so generous and kind with all the love, whether it's the super chats, whether it's hitting up the Ori fund. It is just amazing what you guys do. It's never required, but always appreciated. And yeah, it's just, thank you. Thank you, guys. Other ways, too, you can check out some other interesting stuff, too. Look, we got a lot of really cool stuff. We got Twitter. I think I'm getting really close to 1,000 followers on Twitter, so maybe that'd be pretty cool before the end of the season. We just hit 19,000 subscribers on YouTube as well, which is insane. Insane. We're on the pace now to get to 20K before the end of the season, which would be nuts. Check out the Discord. The Discord's really kind of going on really well right now. We just kind of remodeled everything to kind of have really easy places to go chat about different stuff. You can check out the BB section. There's a Survivor section. We got stuff for other reality shows as well. We've got The Amazing Race is going to be coming up, which all has BB players on it. The Traders, I'm really excited about the Traders. There's going to be multiple seasons of the Traders coming on up, with the UK doing a celebrity season as well as a newbie season, and the US is going to be following suit with another really good celebrity season coming up with a really fun cast, a few cool BB names on there, as well as they will be doing a newbie season on the Traders US moving forward. They announced that the other day as well. So much really cool stuff is going to be happening. We've also got a lot going on with Survivor Australia versus the World. Listen, if you haven't seen Survivor Australia versus the World, it's awesome. Check it on out. Shelby, 2 months Oreo membership. Ideally, I think Keanu needs Rachel. I also think getting Vince or Morgan out before jury is ideal. I think Keanu needs Mickey or Morgan gone. I agree. I think he ideally Rachel and Vince. I think the ideal person to leave would be Morgan or Mickey. But Morgan even more so than Mickey, because Mickey and Vince don't have as good as a connection, right? Morgan and Vince are just, they're like this, and now everybody sees it now too. Like they're even hugging in front of everybody now. Everybody knew they were staying up all night, so it's like it's a thing. It's 100% a thing. So now at this point, it's like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Nihilith, maybe coming on in, following over on Twitch. I appreciate you. Didn't he say he doesn't trust Rachel? Vince is a bad competitor. He fell off a river. Vince is, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a triple. So that's the thing, too. We should do some math. We should do some math to figure this out here. When exactly is the finale? Does anybody know off the top of their head? Is it, it's on a Sunday, right? The 28th? Is finale on the 28th? 25th? Is it a Thursday? I thought it was Sunday the 28th. Sunday the 28th. 28th. Okay, 28th. All right. Let's do some math here. You guys are going to help me. I'm bad at math. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm bad at math. So let's figure this out here. This upcoming Thursday, the 4th, we will have the last person evicted before jury. That then leaves us with 1, 2, 3 Thursdays. 3 Thursdays left. Now, once that one person is evicted, we'll be in jury, and that will mean we will need to have 7 people evicted before the 28th, with 3 Thursdays to do it. So to me, that would suggest that the 4th, right, is going to be a normal eviction. I don't think we're getting like a double where the first person goes home and the second person goes to jury. I don't think that's what's going to take place on Thursday. I think Thursday's going to be normal. They're going to announce jury. Everybody's going to be in jury. And then I think on the 11th, that Thursday, that one I think is almost guaranteed to be a double or something. Because at that point, how can you push it to the 18th? It would be wild to go all the way to the 18th, like pretty much 2 weeks before finale with that many people. So let's do the numbers here, right? On the 28th, there will be 3 people left in the house. On the 28th, there will be 3 people left in the house because that's finale, and that's when that's all going to take place. They could also always add episodes, right? Like we could go into the 25th easily with 4 people or 5 people. So the 25th, we could have 5 people in the house still, meaning that we would go from 6 to 5. And they could still do like a special Friday eviction, right? Where it's not necessarily a double, but like it's a quick one. But my gut would say more than likely we would go into the 25th with 4 people. Like we would go from 5 to 4 on the 25th. Because then what you can do is you could do like the Friday episode. Maybe that like with if BB unlocked like right like a BB unlocked eviction fall, you went right down the same path I was thinking. Because doesn't that make sense? Because all you need for Final Four is the veto, really, right? They do the HoH and then the veto, and then the veto player is the one who cast that vote. I could see them doing on the 25th, we go from 5 to 4, and then on the 26th, we go from 4 to 3, and then on Sunday is finale. I could see that. Or you're making my mind hurt. Norma, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I'm sorry. My mind hurts too. All right. Are you following me here though? I think I can lay it out a little bit easier because I feel pretty confident about this. Finale is the 28th on that Sunday. There will be 3 people in the house on that Sunday. I feel pretty confident that Thursday, the Thursday before, we'll go from 5 to 4. And listen, I'm just saying, if they don't do this, they're dumb. BB unlocked eviction. You do like a weird little live thing, and the veto person votes out one person, and then we go from 4 to 3 on that Friday. How many are in the house right now? So we've got what, 10 in the house right now? 4, 6. Yeah. We're going to be at 9 after this Thursday. We would be at 8 on the 11th with the first person going to jury. I think that would make sense to at least do the double, and then we get to 7 people. But then even then, I think it's got to be a triple, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the thing that makes the most sense is for triple eviction to be on Thursday the 11th. Because then we would go from 9 to 8. Then you would go from 8 to 7. And then 7 to 6. And we'd have 6 people left going into the 18th, where you get to 5. 5 on the next Thursday, where you go to 4, and then 4 to 3 on that Friday. And I think that makes the most sense, where you do a triple eviction. Unless they just do 2 weeks of doubles back-to-back, which would be insane. Like, let's be honest. 2 weeks where it's back-to-back doubles would be insane. And I don't think they would save a double for the week before, like a couple of days before finale. That feels like too much. Um, Adria 24 fan. I think that's what you said. How that said. Thank you so much for following over on Twitch. I appreciate it. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's lay this out a little bit easier. We'll put the big board up. We've got 10 house guests left right now. This Thursday, we're going to go down to 9 house guests. Next Thursday, the 11th, I think it makes sense to have a triple eviction. 3 people would go. We'd head into the following Thursday with 6 people left. We would end up with 5. Meaning the Thursday before eviction, we go from 5 to 4. And then that Friday, I think, would be the perfect chance to do the BB Unlocked. You go from 4 to 3 on BB Unlocked, and then you head into the finale with 3 people left. I could even see where they do it, like, necessarily where, like, doesn't happen on Unlocked, but, like, the veto happens on Unlocked. I think it would be really cool if they just, like, surprised them. They did it live. Do you remember what's... I think it was 24. Yeah, because it was Taylor's season and what's her face? Turner and who was like the nerdy lady? Who was like Michael's best ally? What was her name? She was on it too, because I think she won the veto. And they had to like build the clocks. Brittany? I think it was Brittany. Yeah. She won the veto, right? And like, didn't they wake them up like at like a weird time, if I remember correctly? And they had to like go build a puzzle, and that was the veto, and it was like a clock puzzle. And that I think was like the final. Was that the final 4 veto or the final 5? That wasn't the final 4 veto. That was the final 5 veto, I think. Right? So imagine they do something where it's the final 4 veto, and BB Unlocked is on a Friday, and then they're all just sitting in the house, and they're like, hey guys, guess what? You're headed to the backyard. It's time for the veto competition right now. And it happens on BB Unlocked. Right? I think that would be kind of cool. The 11th and the 17th are scheduled for 2 hours. So like that's 17th would be 2 hours as well. Interesting. Huh. That maybe could be where they do something else too. Where maybe they do a double on the 11th and then the 17th is something weird too. That could be a thing. I don't know. But I feel like this upcoming week, not going to see a double or anything like that. But next week, I think next week is the big one. Next week, I think, is the big one. What do you mean, BB Unlocked Eviction? Don't make us watch that again. I know, Laura. I know. I hope it's 2 weeks of doubles. That would be nuts, Lady Autumn. I just don't know if they would do that. A triple, right? Like, I feel like a triple is what makes sense. A triple is what makes sense. They've done triples, so it is logical. Right, 100%, Shelby. Thank you so much for the super chat. $2 super chat. I appreciate it. They have done the triple before. And I actually kind of like how they do the triples here more than what they do in Canada. When they did Canada, instead of two HoHs and 2 veto comps, they did the HoH and the veto comp, and then they put 3 people up the block, and it was a vote to save. Whoever got the most votes was safe, and then the other 2 were evicted. Which I wasn't a huge fan of those style of triples. I don't know. Not a huge fan of that. Yeah, at season 22, there was a triple, and they spoiled it. They like showed it on the thing. They were like, triple! It was like, yeah, way to ruin a secret. Way to ruin a secret. Yeah, they can put Big Brother House in that Friday night slot. That would be awesome, right? I think it would be kind of cool. Triple seems more wild to me. I don't remember seeing they've done triples a couple of times, because there was the one on 22, and then did 23 have a triple? I don't remember if they ran it back on 23. I might be tripping. What do you think the new twist is going to be? Potentially the triple, right? That could be a twist. Was it only 22? Hamster Watch has out of the ordinary schedule posted on the website, meaning days and times episodes will air. That's not a regular schedule. Yeah, I think there's some shifting going on, especially with football coming up. I think there's a lot of football games that are going to be moving stuff around. So Sunday episodes are probably going to be weird. You're tripping me out, Ori. I'm sorry, Norma. I'm sorry. BB Unlocked is supposed to review the show. Do you think they would cross and participate in the episodes? I think so, because technically, Laura, right? Like when they number the episodes, they're not counting Unlocked as another like thing, like another series. They consider Unlocked one of the core episodes. So like Unlocked would be like episode 17. The eviction episode was episode 16. That Sunday episode will be episode 18, right? Like they consider it like number wise part of just the show. So I think they probably would do that. And also the thing is, I think it makes sense to, right? If I'm going at it from like a producer's standpoint, I think it makes way too much sense not to do it. Because you then kind of get people, it's like, all right, I really wasn't watching Unlocked, but maybe I get them more into it, right? And like, I don't like how they're doing it, but also I think it would make too much sense not to do. Stephanie coming on in with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. My son Caden says hi. He's 10. We listen on the way to school in the morning. Let's go, Stephanie. Maybe plug Caden's ears when I'm telling the story about Vince. Don't let him hear my Vince rant. I try and keep it good. But hi, Caden. Don't listen to anything that Ori said about Vince. Whatever you do. Thank you so much for the super chat, Stephanie. I appreciate it. That's one of the cool things. It's always amazing to hear so many of you are saying how like the updates have become part of like your morning routine. And that's always really cool. Always really cool. Because I mean, listen, back in the day, that is how I started watching Big Brother myself. It was me, my mom, and my grandmother all watching the BB live feeds every summer, you know, all the way back in season 1. So like that is where my BB fandom even started. So to hear you guys riding in the car like that, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Kara, I missed it. What weather are you expecting? Oh, Kara is expecting some bad weather. Hopefully not bad. Hopefully not bad. Shelby coming in with the $2 super chat. Do you think they would do another Janky World? So that's a thing too, Shelby, right? They have recently been doing some of these like mid-season twists, but with the way everything's kind of lined up, there's almost no time for it. So I guess all right, actually, hear me out. What if it's not a triple? And what if, right, this upcoming week is normal? This upcoming Thursday, the 4th, is normal. The 11th is a double. And then what did somebody say? The 17th is a 2-hour episode, they said, right? So what if, because that would take us, the 4th, we're going from 10 to 9. On the 11th, we would go from 9 to 8 to 7. It wouldn't be even numbers. Because I was going to say, if it was even numbers, maybe they were going to do like a weird split house thing. And then have like 4 in one side, 4 in the other. And that could be like a way to get like different people away. But I don't know. That math doesn't really work out. Here's the thing. They haven't nailed it. They haven't nailed that mid-season twist thing. But I think there's part of me that likes, for example, the split house when they did the Brochella and the Dyer Fest. I kind of like that because it breaks up like the big alliances, which they've kind of already done with the Blockbuster. But I kind of like that idea because it was almost like you got like a mini end game of the final 5s, but 2 of them. And we got to see a little bit how that would play out in those two different dynamics and who would go. The problem with that, though, was they messed up on a couple ends. One, they messed up by letting them pick sides. The fact that they let them pick which sides they were on, that messed it all up. And then they also weren't prepared for wall yellers and stuff, which it's, again, at that point, it's like, come on, what are you doing? Don't put them outside. Put them in that secondary comp space. Build that up. Put some cots in there. Put a porta potty, right? It's the same setup you got in the backyard. Just put them in that comp space and have them live in there while the other live in the house. And I think that would be a cool way to do it. But yeah, I think if it doesn't affect the feeds as much, that's when it's more interesting. The other part with why Janky World ended up being boring, the feeds were kind of boring, right? Because they were all just outside. They couldn't really chat. Eventually they would start whispering behind stuff. But it just wasn't really great feeds action. Where I think if they were living in like another like house that they built out, like remember what they did with the memory competition for one of the first blockbusters, and they had a wall set up? Put a bunch more walls. Make them like rooms. Make it like a little mini house. Right? It doesn't have to be great. It could be run down, right? It could be a shack. But make it like it's a little house and it's got little rooms, right? I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be really interesting. If there literally was like a second house they put up, like just like have it be like get a double wide, get like a double wide, right? Get a trailer that'll fit on in there, and make it fun. Even just put some RVs in that room. The room's big enough. You could drive a couple of RVs in there. Put some RVs in there, and then put some cameras in. And I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, close off some spaces. There's ways to do it properly. They've missed the boat on it a little bit. They haven't nailed it like they really should. What else did we need to talk about? Did we go over the draft yet? Did we go over our draft scores? This is what we're looking like on the BB draft. I believe if you do exclamation BB27 or BB draft, I don't remember what the BB27 draft, exclamation BB27 draft maybe, is the command to get the link. But this is our scoreboards at the moment. I think it's all set up right. We are about to head into the jury weeks where all of the points double. You get double the amount of points for competitions. You get double the amount of points for lasting farther in jury. So this is where we are right now. I am Random Person on YouTube, tied with the #1 spot with Bodybuilder Barbie and Fredos, all tied up here at the top. Pretty much same team here from these two, but a little bit difference with Rachel and Ava being swapped out here. So kind of interesting. All of them have Mickey, who could potentially be going on the block as well. So that opens up people who are down here, but a lot of the people down here have Mickey and Vince. We got Andrew, Lori, Ari, Destiny, who else? I am True Gem, Trocadaddy, all tied for second. But a lot of them have some people going on the block. People have Mickey, people have Vince. So interesting. Morgan is down here. And there's a little bit of a jump off, right? We got 52 points there, but then third place with 49, we got a bunch of people tied. Like Amy, Special K, HPS, Die on This Hill, Dr. Umar, IR Geek, the Hyperflexation, all tied for third. So that is our BB draft standing at the moment. Yeah, Keanu 1 HoH. All right, there it is. I guess the command is exclamation BB27. Let me do that over here. Bam. Oh, it said error. Uh-oh. I got an error in my own chat. But I think it came through. Hopefully the bot comes on through now. Sometimes the bot takes a minute, but maybe not. Let's see. We'll see if it comes through on the YouTube side. A couple of other things though, because not only do we have the BB draft, we have a couple of other things to go over. Because we also have a fantasy football draft that's coming up in just about 40 minutes. But here's the thing. I believe at the moment we actually have a slot in this draft. If there is anyone who would like to get in on this draft last minute, here's what I'm going to do. I am about to put the link into the chat. If you want to join this draft for the morning fantasy football draft, because we also have one for the evening, and we're going to put that one in later. But we have one slot in this draft. It's about to start in 40 minutes. So if anybody wants in on this, I'm about to put the link in. First come, first serve. But we also have one later that is going to be happening in the evening. And that I still think has 4 slots. So I want to get in as many people as I can. So here is the link for this. Oh, if it worked. I don't know if it worked or not. We'll put it in this one. We'll put it in this one. Did it work in the YouTube one? Let me refresh. Uh-oh. I think the YouTube chat broke. Hold on. Over here. Maybe I can do it over here. There we go. That is the link. If you click that, you can join the Fantasy Football League. There is one spot. First come, first serve. It's also in the Discord if you want to get that one. But we also have another draft that has, I believe, 4 slots still available. And this draft isn't happening until 7:30 tonight. So if you can't really stick around for this morning one, we have one that's happening later. If you wanted to do that one as well. Let's see. Is this one filled up? Oh, we might have already filled it up. I think we already filled it up. We already had somebody jump on in. Yes, we did. It is filled. It is just like that. It is filled. So this draft is going to be taking place in about 37 minutes from right now, 9:30. So a little bit longer from now, just a little bit longer that this draft's going to be taking place. Now, if you still want to be in the draft, right? If you still want to be in the league, we have another league. This one's going to be drafting later tonight. It's going to happen at 7:30 Eastern tonight. So if you want to be in this one, here is the link as well. I'll put this in all the chats. There's 4 slots. Now, this draft takes place tonight, 7:30. So a long time from now. But it will take place tonight. There's 4 slots. If you want to get in, get on in. And that'll be everybody. 2 slots are already taken. Refreshed. 2 slots already taken. Right off the rip. Right off the rip. Ori, what is the thing you're working on? You still haven't told us. It's a thing. So I've been working on a thing. I'm working on a thing. I'm up to something. It's a thing that eventually there's going to be more information about. It is it's a new step. It's a new step in a new direction. Trying to be vague. Because one of the things is too, I don't want to like overpromise either. But I think this could be, it could be big. It could be big. Big. Ori's up to something. Ori's cooking something up. Just be ready. Are you making a friend of me shirt? I really should. Let's see. I think there's one more spot in the evening league as well. There's one more spot if anybody wants to jump in. The other thing though, we also have, I'll put this in the chat as well, because we also have a survivor pool. So this one's easy to join. There's a link here. It's all on Yahoo, so it's all kind of the same thing. That one is a survivor pool where basically you choose one player, one team each week that you think is going to win a game, and it can go on. And that's another cool one. And then we have another one too, and I'll wait to put this one in, because this one's also a little harder to get in. but it also is through Yahoo, but there's no way to like link you to join it. So we'll get into that one a little bit later because I really think that one's cool. Or you're going to cover BB Amazing Race? Probably. So here's one of the things as well. I was talking about earlier. One of the things that I wanted to do this season, and it looks like maybe we won't get as much of that super drawn out final, where usually like what you end up with is like a week where there's like 3 people left. I kind of like that the end game is going to be snappy. I do like that. But usually one of the things is you end up with like a couple of slow weeks there. And one of the things I was going to start doing was maybe just doing some more live morning shows. And I think we're going to end up doing that even as well, right? Like I think in general, probably the Friday morning live stream is going to stay. A little bit of a, I guess, maybe announcement. We're going to do Friday mornings every single week. Every single week, there's going to be a Friday morning live stream. I think that's going to be just kind of cool. Kind of hang out with the Oreos, all the real ones who not just care about the BB stuff, but like other things, right? Like we're going to be talking about a lot because there's a lot of interesting shows coming out, right? We got the Amazing Race Big Brother edition. There's a new season of Survivor. There's also going to be the Traders that is going to be coming up. That's probably what I'm most excited about of the new stuff. Plus, eventually, we're going to even get more Australian Survivor versus the World. So there's a lot. There's a lot. So the Friday morning things, I think, are probably going to be a thing that kind of stick around. Maybe even more of them, right? Maybe even more of them. We'll see if I can work out my schedule to work that way. We'll see. We'll see. But that is definitely like a for sure thing. And then also, like I said, I have some ideas cooking. I got some things stewing. There's some things we're working on here that are going to be happening in the postseason that I think if you're a fan of Big Brother, you're going to love. If you're a fan of just interesting reality shows and competition shows and people playing hard and backstabbing and cutting people, I think you're going to want to stay tuned to what we have going on. Because that, like, I think there's potential for some really big things we're cooking up here. Right. And I don't want to overpromise too much, but man, I'm telling you, if it works, this is going to be big. It's going to be big, big, big. So we're doing some stuff. It's draft day. It is Checkers. What's up, Checkers and Wreckers? How are you? Tommy, have a good one. Take care, buddy. Love every chance to chat with you all. Right. And this is always, here's the thing. The Friday morning streams have become my favorite thing. The watch parties are fun too, right? Especially the eviction watch parties. The other episode ones have become really fun too, just because like we almost forget about the episode a lot of times. We just end up chatting about whatever else is going on. But just being live, that's kind of been the most fun I've had on the channel ever since I started doing the Friday morning ones. Because one of the things was we started the Friday morning ones just kind of because they were up so late. They were up so late on a Friday morning. I was like, if I record a video now, it's not going to be up until like 10 o'clock. So let's just go live. We're just going to go live and we're going to talk about what we need. And we did. And it was so much fun that I was like, you know what? We might just do this every Friday from now on because they're always up so late anyway. And it's become a thing. And I've found this to be the most fun part of the week. I'm watching from the beginning. Isn't Keanu the third most favorite next to the cat? Dina, I've heard that one. That Keanu's only the third most famous. Here's the thing. I don't know the cat. Though. Is the cat that famous if I don't know them? I know cats. Cats I know, but I didn't know it was Keanu the cat. Dina's awesome, by the way. If you guys don't know Dina the Explorer, she's got her own channel, does a lot of BB stuff. Definitely go check out Dina. She's awesome. I look forward to these chats and listening to you, Ori. So thank you so much. Well, thank you, Donnie. I appreciate it. See, Laura, that's what I'm saying. Who's Keanu the cat? He's from Cats, I guess. Are you in the first league or the second league? I'm in both leagues. I'm in both. I'm double dipping. Big things brewing. I love to hear it. Yeah, we got big things brewing. Just getting here. Can I get an update? Keanu won HoH. He's looking to take some big shots. He's thinking of putting up Mickey, Morgan, and Vince with the big goal that he wants to break up Morgan and Vince. He really wants Morgan gone, but he even said to Vince, hey, if you leave, it weakens Morgan, so... like, he said that to his face. So Keanu's taking big shots this week with his HoH. Keanu, the second most famous Keanu, unless you think third because of the cat and cats, then maybe he's third most. But at best, at least he's third. At least the third most famous, right? He's not fourth. There's no four. There's not another third most famous Keanu out there. He's at least third most famous Keanu. He is our veto king, the delusional Duke, the cow of kettlebells, the future BB All-Star, the maybe first two-time winner. He's still got to win one first, and Rachel might beat him to it here. But Keanu coming up big with the HoH. It was like the true or false questions too. Crazy stuff. Keanu wishes he was famous. Delusional Duke is awesome. I'm glad you like that one, Otter. Love your chat. Yeah, Dina's awesome. Definitely check out Dina. She's great. I'm going to bed at 8. Usually wake up at 4 a.m. But this morning I was up at 3. Oh my gosh, Donnie. Johnny, just go into memberships and set your memberships with a CC. There's also a thing too. We do have memberships, but one of the things that I think you need to do if you're not a member and you ever want to receive a gifted one, you have to like turn it on and be able to like accept gifted memberships to the channel. You can become an Oreo. You get like the green name. You get your little Dunkin' Oreo there, and then the longer you're a member, you get different colored milk. Like if you look there, Glenn has kind of like a pink milk. Robert has like a white milk. I think is Donnie the blue one? I know somebody has a blue one. I forget how long you have to be a member for the milk to change colors, but that's a thing. But honestly, if you are new here, the easiest way to support this channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, if you're having a good time during this stream, smash that like button. Hitting that like button, it's free. You just hit that little thumbs up. Easiest way to support the channel. It helps so much. You have no idea how much that actually helps out. So hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We do daily live feed updates all season long. First thing in the morning. On Fridays, we go live. We jump into the chat. It's always a good time. You can check out my other socials as well, like Twitter and the Discord. The Discord's been like really fun. So many of you guys are always chatting about the Big Brother live feeds in there, but we got all kinds of stuff going on now, and everybody's like getting involved with like different things as well, like posting pictures of like what they're cooking for dinner. They're posting pictures of their pets. We celebrate the birthdays in there. The Discord's been a lot of fun. So if you're looking for just like a really good place to hang out with other Big Brother fans, other reality show fans, because there's other places that you can talk about Survivor and other reality shows, so you can do all kinds of great stuff. Jimbo with the $19 super chat. Congrats on 19K. We did just hit 19K the other day. 19,000 subscribers, which is insane. It's insane. I'm still sometimes surprised even one person watches these videos. So the fact that there's 19,000 people who have hit that subscribe button, that I have now had secret alliances with. Don't tell anybody. Listen, if you're listening to this, you know which alliance I'm really true to. You know which final two is my real one. You're watching this right now, and I'm telling you, we're going to the end. We're going to the end. Don't listen to anybody else. It's me and you. We're going to the final two. It's a secret. You can't tell anybody. You can't. If you tell anybody, we're going on the block together. So just shush. So it's 18,999 of us in shambles. So yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close to 20K. And to me, one of the things about 20K, you guys know YouTube stuff. One of the things that's kind of like a milestone is if you get to 100,000, right? Which we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near that. But one of the things is if you get to 100,000, you get a YouTube play button. It's like a plaque you put on your wall. There's like the channel Ori streams, 100,000 subscribers. It's kind of like a big deal. And 20K would be 1/5 of that, right? 20K would be 1/5 of a YouTube play button. And I kind of look at it that way. I was like, that is kind of a cool thing, right? Like that is just 20K is a big number. Like, how is that possible? That we're even close to that. Ori the lip lies. Brandy, no, it's not true. Ori strategically positioned in the chat. I just stopped supporting a storm chaser so I could support Ori instead. Well, thank you, Donnie. I appreciate that. Ori's on another level this morning. What's he drinking? Monster. We're drinking the Monster. You deserve 100K. I'm still surprised even one person, right? That is still a crazy thought to me that even one person comes on in. But now at this point, there's just so many of you who come on in every single morning and check me out. And it's insane. I'm just that goofy dude talking about Big Brother on the internet. Tasha, I get that insomnia also. Oh no, Tasha's having insomnia too. Oh no. Oh no. After 100K, you get another YouTube at 1 million. Yeah, that is a thing. Well, that is even a long way away, right? That is a long way. Can we get a Vince meltdown counter? Maybe. Maybe. Only reason to wake up early. I appreciate that, JJ. I finished 1 pot of coffee halfway through the second now. Yeah, you've done a couple thousand and just a couple of weeks. It's crazy, Donnie. It's crazy the growth that we have here. Go Birds, David. Absolutely. Guys, I'm struggling because this Thursday, it's the Eagles game and it's eviction night. It's like, oh man. Ori, are you a college football fan or just NFL? I'm a college football fan just in general. Like, I don't have a team. Like, I don't have a team that I'm like super behind in college football. So like I'll check out games and I like the games and I keep track of like who's doing well because I know these guys are going to end up in the pros. But I don't have like somebody like I'm a diehard for. I usually am more a fan of like players than anything else in the college game. But I watch. I love football in general. That's the big thing. We had Justin coming on in, hitting that sub button. Listen, Justin, you didn't know this. Maybe you did. When you hit that sub button, we now have a secret alliance. Shh, don't tell anybody. Me and you, Justin, we're going to the end. We're going to the final 2. But it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Nobody's listening right now. There's just me and you. Just me and you. How about a final 3 with me, you, and Laura? Dance Monster. Oh, I'm in. Nobody heard us. We're having the kick final 3. It's the kick final 3. I'm in the second one, and I'm willing to win that place I'm drafting in the second league. Let's go. Go Clemson. Or you must have been having a field day yesterday when Micah Parsons got traded from the Cowboys. I was, Christian. I was. It was such a good day. What a great day yesterday was, huh? Eviction day. Parsons getting traded. What a wonderful day it was. Oh no, place it here. I'm sorry. We're bullying place it here. He's sleeping on in the art attic with Morgan. Uh-oh. Stick around with BB next Thursday. You need the Birds aren't about to lose to the Cowboys. They're dropping the banner too. Ori, sorry about the spelling earlier. Put tears going down Vince's face. No worries, Norma. You're good. 2 screens, or that's gonna be the thing, Donnie. We're gonna have 2 screens. We're gonna be streaming. We're gonna be here live. We're gonna have them both going on at once. As a Commanders fan, great day. Parsons out of the NFC East. Absolutely, Glenn. We're dancing over here. Cowboys suck. Just saying. I mean, you're saying it. I'm not saying it. But I agree. Nothing comes between Morgan and her man. What a terrible move from Dallas. It's so bad. Jerry Jones, man, what are you doing? My Cowboys friends are crashed out. Dallas has been through a lot. They've been through a lot recently, and if you got any Cowboy fans, check in on them. Make sure they're okay. Ooh, go Bucks, says the Sheets. Okay. Eagles fan here. I forgot they are both on this Thursday. I can't miss an Eagles Cowboy, right? Eagles Cowboys dropping the banner. Can't miss it. Gotta have two screens going. Gotta have both. Jonathan, I read that Morgan's for so Keanu right now, he's looking at putting up Morgan, Vince, and Mickey, with Morgan being his main target, and then even Vince kind of being his backup. Like, he was kind of looking at that as Vince being almost the backup to it. So it's a thing. It's a thing. We're potentially looking at some big trouble for Vince and Mickey. Or Vince and Morgan, I should say, because he wants to break them up. He even said to Vince, he was like, listen, if you leave, it weakens Morgan. And it's like, oof, all right, he's serious about this, because he doesn't trust Vince anymore with how much he's burned them. We do have our first fantasy football draft, the morning draft, starting up in 17 minutes. So if you are in that draft, the draft room is open. I got the 8th pick. Very middle of the road. I just have the mid pick like every time. It's such a, I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. I always know where I'm at. I don't have long waits in between my picks. It's always like pretty much the same amount of time. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. We do also have our evening draft. Let me check out that one and see if that's filled up yet. Nope, that one's filled up. That one is filled up as well. Our evening draft is filled up. That'll be at 7:30 for the fantasy football draft. The survivor pool, I don't know if you guys joined that or not, but here, let me put a link for that in here. Copy. And we'll post that up in the chats. If you want to get in on the survivor pool, it's also on Yahoo. You can join that as well. And then there's one more thing here. This is kind of a cool thing. And what it is a pick'em pool. So this one's a little bit different. It's also on Yahoo, but they don't have an easy way to invite people. Like, they don't have like a link you can just put. So this is a Google form. And if you click that, you enter in your email. You can sign up for this. And basically what it is, you get to pick each game each week. And it's kind of like a thing that keeps track of all of our picks. So if you want to get in on that, put the Google form in. Also, check your emails if you already signed up for that on the Google form and you wanted to get in. I did send out email invitations. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. I'll put that in the Kick and Twitch chat. So those are there. And then I'll have to send you an email. You'll get the invitation, but it's all through Yahoo anyway. So like everything's on Yahoo. You just can't like invite people. But it's kind of cool because I think it was also, I think, supposed to be against the spread. But when I made my picks, I didn't see the spread on there. But I think we're supposed to be picking against the spread, which is kind of cool. But you also get to put your confidence, like how confident you are in each game, and that gets you more points. So like if you have like no confidence in one, you can put it as like your least confident game. And if you get it wrong, you lose less points or you don't gain as many points. Like it works out better. So if you want to get on that, you can do that too. Let's see. Is there anything else I needed to go over? I think that's kind of everything I needed to go over with that. I think we covered a lot there. But yeah, what a crazy HoH win there from Keanu, coming up big. Because again, I think Keanu really needed it. I think if Keanu didn't win this HoH, he could have seen himself up on the block. You could do that. I'm good for that solo. I just want to stay in my fantasy draft league. No worries. No worries. And that's the thing too. These are all just options. It's more of just like, hey, I just want to throw stuff out there, see what people are interested in. If you want to join it, cool. If you want to join one of them, you're cool. If you want to join all of them, you're cool too. No pressure on any of that. Sorry, Ori, I don't do football. No worries, Norma. No worries. I think it's funny. Keanu had all the big balls to get Rachel out until it's his HoH. I knew he wanted everyone else to do his dirty work. He's jealous of Morgan. So the thing is, here's how I see it. I think the way it was kind of working was Keanu wanted Vince and Rachel to be shields for him. I think he still does want Vince and Rachel to be shields for him. But one of the things he's noticing now is that Vince and Morgan are like this. Everybody's noticing it, right? They stay up real late. She's influencing his decisions. He's turned on him way too many times. So Keanu's lost the trust in Vince, and the only way to make sure that Vince has to work with him is if Morgan goes. Because if Morgan goes, Vince basically has to work with Keanu. So it's in his benefit to have Vince stay, but he can't keep Vince off the block because he feels that Vince would use the veto on Morgan, which he probably might. Because Vince and Morgan have become really close, and he's kind of building that bond, and Morgan would feel really upset if he didn't. So it could be a thing. It could be a thing. They spoon Norma. Norma's calling him out. Norma said, listen. Norma said, listen. I've seen them canoodling. You know what they say about spooning. Listen. Anybody who's watched Geordie Shore, does anybody know Geordie Shore? It's like Jersey Shore, but in the UK. So they call it Geordie Shore. And you have the Geordies who go around doing their thing. And there was this one girl on Geordie Shore, and she said, listen, spooning. You got to be careful when you're spooning, because spooning leads to forking. Like fork. Like a fork. Spooning leads to forking. You got to be careful. You gotta be careful, because spooning leads to forking. Yes, Jonathan, forking. You've already seen Geordie Shore. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. But the accent, it's the Geordie accent. It's hilarious. Lee coming on in, hitting that sub button. Lee, you might not have known this, but when you hit that sub button, me and you, we now have a secret alliance. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret. It's a secret. We're going to the final two. Thank you so much, Lee, for hitting that sub button. Spooning leads to forking. I've never heard that otter. It's great, isn't it? Yes, finally Keanu. He did great. He did great. His letter from his mom, yeah, and he was saying that really kind of affected me. He's like, yeah, I messed up last week. He said this to Rachel. He's like, I messed up last week. I need to stay true to who I am, and I need to just stay true to my character, right? Because his mom's letter like talked about how the show, right? It's not just a game about the money, right? There's more to it. It's going to test your character. It's going to test your resiliency, your faith. So he really wants to, at this point, work with Rachel. Please talk about the HoH letter so I don't have to type it. Yeah, the HoH letter was really cool. By Mickey. Well, so it could be Mickey who leaves, right? But here's the thing. I also don't know if Vince is on that block. I think Vince, like, you gotta take that shot at him, right? I think you have to. I think all of them would see that as an opportunity where it's like, yeah, we got to get rid of Vince right now. Nichelle? I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologize. Coming in with the $5 super chat from one Philly BB fan to another. Thank you for making my mornings better. Thank you so much for coming on with the super chat. Let me know how to say your name properly. I might be saying it wrong. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm terrible with names. Thank you so much. And yeah, from one Philly John to another, huh? You know, let's go get some water ice. Right? We can get some water ice. We can head down the shore. We're gonna have a good time. Get a couple of steaks with without. I'm a without. I don't know if you're a wit. I'm a Cooper Sharp wit. Give me that Cooper wit without. And then we're good. We're good. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Jonathan, it's the the Heisem dance. You gotta love the Heisem dance. I think he would backdoor Rachel. It's a possibility, Donnie, but I think at this point he sees Rachel, now that they're going to be in jury, he sees Rachel as a shield. I think he's right. As soon as Rachel would be gone, and also like Rachel kind of needs Keanu too. Because once both of them are, the other one's gone, the other one goes, right? Whether it's Rachel then Keanu, or then Keanu then Rachel, I feel like those are two dominoes that follow each other. So they almost need each other. What is water ice? So water ice, like woulda, like you know, like woulda. Water freezes and it turns into ice. It's a water ice. We're gonna go to Rita's. We're gonna get a water ice. I hope he gets rid of Rachel. I don't know who. I stay out of that. What happened, Otter? Yeah, he literally told him to his face. It was crazy. And Vince had a full-on meltdown. It was awesome. Also, Keanu was protecting Ashley for it. Yes, so Keanu went to Ashley and even was like, listen, let's work together. Like, I want to make this a thing where the three of us work together. Me, you, and Rachel. So he's kind of promised Ashley that he wouldn't put her up either. Rachel and Keanu are sitting next to each other. Who do you think the jury votes? I bet Keanu wins. It's tough. I don't know 100% who they would end up voting for in that situation. I think taking Rachel to the end is a real risk, because I think there's a high chance Rachel gets to the end, and a lot of people are thinking, oh, you could take Rachel to the end, nobody's going to vote for her. I think there's a high chance people could end up voting for her. But also, I think Keanu has done so much. I think people would end up respecting it, especially if like Morgan ended up in the end. I feel like she'd end up respecting Keanu over Rachel. If Vince was there, right? That's one of the things where it kind of stinks, because like Keanu has to take out Mickey, Morgan, or Vince, but also those are people that probably would vote for him in the end. They would probably be like the ones that would vote for him over Rachel, because otherwise, like Ava's going to vote for Rachel, Will's going to vote for Rachel, Ashley's going to vote for Rachel. Mickey probably, I don't know. Mickey might vote for Rachel. It would be tough. It would be tough. It would be a tough win. It wouldn't be straightforward, I don't think. Do we know the noms? So it's looking like he's putting up Mickey, Morgan, and Vince, because he's afraid if he puts up Morgan and he doesn't put up Vince, Vince would take Morgan off the block with the veto. It could be split. It could be a split if it was the two of them, right? I don't think it would be straightforward. But also a lot can happen till then, right? Like who takes out who ends up can matter. It's going to be interesting. Moononi. What's going on? Yeah, very cool that Keanu won. Very cool indeed. Our delusional Duke, our D&D Dungeon Master, our King of the Veto, our cow of the kettlebells. Very cool. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And I think it was an important one for him. I think it was really important. Our Delulu King. Good morning, Ori in chat. Late to the party, but I made it. Hope everyone's doing well. Lisa, what's up? A little late, but it is a party. They created a monster. Yes, they did. Adria ATL coming on in, hitting that follow button over on Twitch. I appreciate it. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You can watch wherever you like. It's totally up to you. We have all the chats kind of meshed down below, so everybody meets up. But thank you for coming on in, hitting that follow. I appreciate it. I could see them going for, oh my God, Ashley is such an airhead. I don't think that's an act. I could see them going Vince, right? I could really see them going Vince, because it would be such a Such a juicy target. How do you not take that shot, right? How do you not? It feels like you would have to. But I don't know. People saying Vince are projecting hardcore. People saying Vince are projecting hardcore. I'm not sure what they're projecting, but no, Keanu's saying Vince. Keanu told Vince to his face. He's like, listen, bud, you burned me how many different times now? How can I trust you? I'm noticing the shower head above Ashley. Yeah, it's great, ain't it? I can't believe Kelly and Keanu are going to make jury, right, Gio? It's insane. They buried the hatchet. Root for Rachel to win number 2. We're finally going to see real tears from Vince this week. Oh, we already saw him. He was begging. Oh, he was begging, Carmen. He was begging. Let me tell you. Would it make sense for Keanu to win veto and take off Vinny? Maybe. I think it actually would make a lot of sense for him. And he did suggest he would do that. He's like, listen, if I win veto, I might even just take you off. But I can't have you winning veto. And the only way to guarantee that is to put you on the block next to her. So I think it would make a lot of sense because I do think Vince would go. And I think Ava would be the perfect person to put up because she's the death sentence. Whoever you put next to Ava leaves. So whether it's Mickey or Morgan next to her, they would end up leaving next to Ava. And I think that would be Keanu's best move. Because I do think overall Vince is better for Keanu's game. One, as a target, but also if Morgan's gone, who's Vince going to go to? He's got to work with Keanu. What else are you going to do? Moon with the hydrate. Actually, you know what? I really needed that. I gotta need it. It's a monster. It's not the best scenario. But I did need that. He's begging because he has to get out of his parents' house. Oh no, Norma letting him have it. Said it to his face. Yeah, crazy. Said it to his face. Even said, weakening Morgan is the goal. And Vince, if I'm honest, if you leave, that weakens her too. Like, he basically was like, tough, Vince. Tough. Crazy. Absolute crazy. But listen, we are actually about to start our morning draft. Our morning fantasy football draft. I think what we'll do like the first 2 rounds. We'll do like the first 2 rounds here with chat too. So if you guys will get the insights on my first 2 picks here. We'll see who falls to me at number 8. I have the 8th pick and it's a snake draft, so it flips the order, right? Like first pick gets the last pick in the second round. Last pick in the first round gets the first pick in the second round. But because I'm at 8, I'm like right in the middle. I'm like right in the middle of the 14-team league. So I just have the mid pick each round. I don't have that long of a wait between, which is kind of nice, but I don't get back-to-back picks. I usually like back-to-back picks. So we'll see who falls to me. We'll see. Yeah, exclamation socials will bring it up. The bot's usually late, but it will bring it up. You can check out my Twitter. We're really close to 1,000 followers on Twitter. You can check out the Discord. The Discord's been really fun recently. We remodeled everything. You can find all different cool places to chat. So go check that out as well. Like, honestly, like the one thing, if there was anything like I would recommend to you guys the most, it's the Discord. I know it's like different for a lot of people, but it's just like you can get it on your phone. It's an app. You can do it in the browser as well. And it's just like a really cool place to kind of interact with different Big Brother fans. It's a great place to kind of keep track of everything going on, like notifications about what's going on around the channel and stuff like that. So, uh-oh. You guys hear that? Oh, 5 seconds until the draft starts. But I only have pick 8, so it's still going to be a little minute. Looks like a lot of people are on the auto draft, though. So we'll see what falls to me here. We'll see. Still have a little bit of time. It'll alert me when I have to do it. Here we go. Draft time. Absolutely. Wish we would put up Ava, Rachel, and Mickey. What was that? That was the draft timer. Or the Eagles claim the top rated center in the preseason. He was waived off the injured list, but the Eagles broke the unwritten rule to claim him. Ooh. Yeah. We'll break a rule. I'm okay with breaking an unwritten rule. Unwritten rules are made to be broken. Did you just, do they get paid in jury? So yeah, you get paid like the same stipend, right? Like you get paid for just being there in general. There is a little bit of a bonus, I think, when you make jury. I think it either goes up or just in general, you get like an extra little like bonus on top. But you're guaranteed to get more in jury because it's guaranteed weeks, right? Like if you get evicted this week, paycheck stop. You ain't getting paid anymore, right? You'll show up for finale and probably get paid for that. But otherwise, you're not getting that weekly stipend. But if you make it to jury, you get it every single week. So it's kind of like a bonus to get in the jury. And Vince was really saying, he's like, I need this. He's like, Keanu, you know I need this. Don't do it to me this week. He was begging. He was begging hard. Still a couple more picks for me. 2 more picks. And then I'm on the clock. There's some interesting options here. Oh, okay. AJ just went. Ooh, what do I go with? Oh man. I'm not loving this board, if I'm being honest. This is a very, very bad board. You know what? I'm gonna go big because I have a good feeling for this guy. I think the offense is gonna run through him. We're going Ashton Genty, the rookie. I think he's gonna have a big rookie year. And there's only one other running back that I really was loving this high up, and he's old. He's old. And there's somebody there's 2 people I could get with my next pick that I would be really happy with. But we'll see what falls to me. We'll see what falls. We talking football? Always, Tim. Always. We got a fantasy football league going on. We're having one draft right now in the morning, and there's also going to be a draft later on tonight to check out. I'm going to be doing, I think the first like 2 picks here. Then I think I'm probably going to call it a stream. We're going to wrap things up. But it's been fun. It's been fun hanging out with you guys here on this Friday. It's always been a good time. I was torn between CD and CMC. I went with CMC. I think that's a good pick too. I don't trust Cowboys. I never trust a Cowboy. Never, never, never. We'll see what falls to me here. There's a couple more picks and there's some auto drafts. So some people are picking. They could snipe some of these guys I'm looking at with my pick. But there's good options, right? There's not that many bad options right now that I could grab. We'll see what we get to. Yeah, Barkley, I think went like first or second. He was off. He was not going to drop for me. I know it could never happen, but would you win? Who would win with Will and Ava in the final 2? I think Will would pull it out. I think Will would end up pulling it out. That's why I have on the allegiance chart, I have Will just a little bit higher. I have him just a little bit higher. You don't think there's any way that Lauren would use the veto on Vince again, especially right after she knows Ava is the renom, right? I think there's a chance. I think Lauren would. I think Lauren would use the veto on him, 100%. Derrick Henry was who I was thinking of taking, other than Genty. If Henry was on the board there, and I thought about it, I really did. This is another one where I don't know where to go here because I could go a couple of different options, and I don't think I can pass on my guy. I think I gotta do it. It would be wrong. This could be I think a little bit of a reach, but he's not going to be there on my next pick. I got to go AJ Brown. I got to go AJ Brown because he's the best receiver that's on the board right now. So yeah, and he's not going to be there on my next pick. I got to take him. Can't let another Eagle go. Can't do it. But with that, I think that's the first 2 picks of the draft. We're going to get the draft. We're just going to keep on going. We do have the other draft that's going to be tonight. If you signed up for that, awesome. If you want to get in on any other stuff, we got the Survivor pool and the Pick'em. Links to that are also in the Discord. Make sure you check that out. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me today. It was an amazing time. I love doing this. You guys were so supportive with all the love, the super chats, hitting up the Ori Fund even was crazy. But listen, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you had a good time in this stream, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We do daily live feed updates all season long, first thing in the morning. Fridays we go live though, and it's always a lot of fun. We do the watch parties as well, so make sure you check that out. Check out my socials. We got Twitter, the Discord. We were live on Kick. We were live on Twitch today. Check those out as well. Check out the Ori Fund. Help support Oris everywhere. Thank you guys just all so much for all the love and support you show me here on this channel. I can't do it without all of you. Ethan, hit that sub button. We now have a final 2, Ethan. It's a secret, don't tell anybody. Thank you guys all so much, and I will see you next time.
What you should be, but you should be. I've got it here in days when it would have taken you years, and I'm not ashamed of myself. But you should be, but you should be. You should be.